What if the celebrity you admired most, the one who seemed untouchable, unshakable, and above all the chaos, was suddenly linked to Hollywood's darkest secrets? Denzel Washington, the very symbol of integrity and faith in an industry full of scandals, now finds his name tangled in a storm that could shatter legacies and expose a hidden world of power, manipulation, and betrayal. This isn't just another headline or fleeting rumor. This is the story that could change everything we thought we knew about fame, loyalty, and the secrets that the stars tried to keep buried. For years, Diddy was seen as the ultimate power player, a mogul who built an empire from nothing and lived life at the top. But behind the scenes, a much darker picture is emerging. This isn't about bad business deals or tax troubles. What's unfolding now is the kind of story that feels too twisted to be real. Federal raids, mansion searches, encrypted hard drives, and whispers of a secret world where control was everything. These weren't just celebrity parties packed with champagne and flashing cameras. According to insiders and whistleblowers, they were carefully planned operations. Guests had their phones taken the moment they walked in. No photos, no recordings, no way to document what happened behind closed doors. Every move was watched, every word overheard, every slip-up possibly recorded. But it wasn't just about the thrill of excess. Allegedly, these gatherings were designed as traps. With hidden cameras tucked behind mirrors, inside light fixtures, even in corners no one would think to check. The goal was simple: get leverage. Keep the powerful in check by keeping their secrets on tape. And now, after federal agents raided Diddy's properties, those secrets are closer than ever to spilling out. The shocking part: Denzel's name is now caught in this web and no one saw it coming. No one expected what came next. In a courtroom packed with reporters, attorneys, and stunned spectators, a whistleblower stepped forward and dropped a name that made everyone freeze: Denzel Washington. Ali Carter, standing under oath, didn't just mention him in passing. She described him in vivid, almost surreal detail, wearing nothing but a gold chain, a beanie, and socks. The image alone was enough to send shockwaves through the room. This wasn't the Denzel people thought they knew. This wasn't the composed, disciplined actor who built his career on faith, family, and morality. According to Ali, Denzel wasn't just at one of these parties. She swore she saw him at several. And these weren't quick, polite appearances. Not the kind where you shake hands, smile for the cameras, and make a graceful exit. No, she claimed, he stayed, blending into a world no one ever imagined him near. The moment her words hit the air, you could feel the tension shift. Journalists scrambled for their notes. Attorneys whispered to their clients. Even the judge reportedly paused. Because if that Denzel could be linked to these dark stories, it meant the scandal was bigger than anyone had dared to believe. And, the most haunting part, Ali wasn't the only one saying it. Others began backing up her claims, and with every new voice, the questions grew louder. The deeper people looked into these so-called parties, the more it felt like peeling back the layers of a twisted secret no one was ever meant to see. This wasn't Hollywood glitz. No flashing lights, no fun, no glamour. What emerged from the testimonies was chilling. Guests walked into what they thought were exclusive, star-studded events, only to find themselves trapped in environments designed to strip away their privacy and control. Phones were confiscated at the door, no cameras allowed. Every move watched. Hidden surveillance reportedly covered every inch behind mirrors, inside light fixtures, even in the walls. No way to document anything, but plenty of ways for those in charge to collect their own footage. But the most disturbing details: the so-called freak-off parties. Witnesses spoke of setups that felt like rituals, drug use everywhere, minors allegedly present, and horrifying stories of life-size wheels where people, sometimes even kids, were strapped in and spun for others' amusement. It sounds like something out of a nightmare, a sick horror film, but these were real claims, made under oath. And the hook that keeps haunting everyone: if even a fraction of this is true, how did it stay hidden for so long? And more importantly, what did Denzel see? Because the night that keeps coming up, the night that changed everything, was still ahead. It was supposed to be just another exclusive night, a 2003 party at Diddy's estate in the Hamptons, where celebrities, music legends, and Hollywood's elite could relax behind guarded gates. No cameras, no press, just luxury and power on full display. But what happened that night would leave a mark no one could ignore. Among the guests, Denzel Washington and his wife. And according to multiple eyewitnesses, what began as a glamorous evening spiraled into something far darker. Whatever Denzel saw inside those gates pushed him past his limit. He didn't quietly excuse himself or slip out unnoticed. No, he exploded. Witnesses claim he confronted Diddy in front of everyone, his voice cutting through the music and chatter. Grabbing his wife's hand, he stormed out, shouting the words that still echo, "You don't respect anyone." One sentence, but it spoke volumes, and that's where the mystery deepens. Did Denzel walk in unaware, blindsided by the horror unfolding behind closed doors? Or had he already heard the whispers, and that night was simply when he decided he couldn't stay silent anymore? Either way, it wasn't just another celebrity outburst. It was a breaking point. From that moment on, people were left asking, what exactly did Denzel witness that night? And could it be the key to unlocking everything that followed? What makes this entire scandal so much more chilling isn't just the whispered stories or shocking outbursts, it's the tapes. When federal agents raided Diddy's properties, they weren't just looking for financial records or contracts. What they reportedly found were storage devices, hard drives, USB sticks, carefully labeled with dates, locations, and, most disturbing of all, celebrity initials. Some files were encrypted, locked down tight. Others weren't. Insiders say these weren't casual party clips. These recordings were strategic, a hidden archive of leverage. Cameras had been placed where no guest would think to look, behind mirrors, in corners, even inside light fixtures. The guests filmed without their knowledge. The acts allegedly orchestrated, shocking, and recorded for one reason: control. And this is where it gets terrifying. If even part of what survivors have described is on those drives, people caught in compromising moments, recorded without consent, it won't just ruin careers. It could destroy reputations, shatter legacies, and change Hollywood forever. The big question now: what's on those tapes? Names no one expected. Faces no one imagined would be there. And at the center of it all, Denzel's name keeps surfacing, a name that was supposed to represent everything good in an industry filled with secrets. As the investigation gained steam, the most powerful voices began cutting through the noise. The survivors, and their stories didn't match the glamorous image the world once believed. Cassie, once seen smiling at Diddy's side, shattered that illusion with chilling testimony. She described a life where the parties weren't celebrations, but punishment, twisted displays of control where humiliation wasn't a risk, it was the goal. According to Cassie, the so-called exclusive events were carefully designed. Traps. Situations where she and others were forced into acts that left them feeling powerless, while Diddy, sometimes giving the orders, sometimes just watching, reminded everyone exactly who held the power. And what made it more horrifying? Cassie wasn't alone. Other survivors stepped forward with stories that echoed hers almost word for word. Young women, lured in with promises of glamour, found themselves caught in scenes they never agreed to, disoriented by drugs, memories blurred, and surrounded by famous faces who acted like nothing was wrong. Celebrities, executives, people the world admired, moving through rooms like ghosts. And in the middle of all this, Denzel's alleged presence felt like the ultimate betrayal. Not just another famous face, caught in a nightmare, but the man so many saw as the moral compass of Hollywood. Now, even that image was cracking. Through all the headlines, testimonies, and explosive revelations, one thing has stood out more than anything else: Denzel Washington's silence. No statement, no denial, not a single word. For a man known for speaking out on faith, values, and doing the right thing, that silence feels deafening. And it's left the public wondering, is he protecting his family? Is he being cautious on legal advice? Or is there something darker behind the quiet? In a case this explosive, even a single misstep could set off a media frenzy, or, worse, be twisted into evidence in court. Legal teams are likely working around the clock, weighing every word, every move. But the longer Denzel stays silent, the louder the speculation gets. People can't shake the image painted by the whistleblowers: Denzel at one of those parties, stripped of his usual dignity, caught in a scene no one can picture him in. It sounds almost absurd, like something too strange to be true, and yet, that's exactly why it sticks. Because if there's even a grain of truth to it, it forces everyone to question everything they thought they knew about him. Is his silence a shield against lies? Or is it hiding a truth that could destroy everything he built? What started as shocking allegations against one man is now spiraling into something far bigger, a reckoning that could expose Hollywood's darkest, most well-guarded secrets. This isn't just about Diddy. It isn't even just about Denzel. What's unfolding feels like the curtain finally being pulled back on a system built on silence, power, and fear. The whispers about hidden tapes, recordings that could reveal the unthinkable, have left the entire industry on edge. Because if those tapes exist, and if they contain even a fraction of what survivors have described, no one is safe. Not the legends, not the untouchables, not even the ones we believed stood above it all. Denzel's single quotes name being linked to this scandal has shaken people in a way no other could. He was supposed to represent what was good in an industry filled with darkness. Now, that image feels fragile, and with each new revelation, it gets harder to separate the man from the nightmare he's now associated with. This isn't just about what Denzel did or didn't do. It's about how deep the deception goes. How many more names are buried beneath the surface? And when the truth finally comes out, who will be left standing? So, is this all smoke and mirrors? Or is Hollywood finally being forced to face its darkest truths? The answers may be closer than we think. If there's one thing fueling the anxiety around this scandal, it's the tapes. Those mysterious recordings at the center of all the whispers. During the federal raids, agents reportedly found hard drives, USB sticks, and storage devices, marked with dates, locations, and celebrity initials. Some were encrypted, locked behind layers of security, others weren't. And while no official details have been released, the rumors are deafening. Sources close to the investigation claim these tapes go far beyond wild party footage. They allegedly contain moments no one was meant to see, acts staged for control, not pleasure, with guests caught off guard and filmed without consent. If these recordings surface, it won't just end careers. It will rewrite legacies, destroy reputations, and expose an entire system built on manipulation and fear. And here's the part that has Hollywood holding its breath. No one knows exactly who or what is on those tapes. The fear isn't just about what's been revealed. It's about what's still hidden, waiting to explode. Faces people admired. Names no one ever expected. Moments that could shatter the illusion of safety and power in an instant. And through it all, Denzel's name keeps echoing in the background, a symbol of how deep this could go, and how much is still at stake. By now, it's clear this scandal isn't just about one man, one name, or one night. What's unfolding feels like the start of Hollywood's biggest reckoning in decades. A reckoning that's peeling back the polished image and exposing a system built on secrets, silence, and control. The tapes, the testimonies, the raids, every new piece of information makes one thing certain. The truth has been hiding in plain sight for far too long. And that's what has everyone asking, how deep does this go? How many people turned a blind eye? How many stayed silent to protect their own careers, their own images? For years, the public saw these celebrities as untouchable, icons who seemed above the darkness. But now, the cracks are showing, and the fear of what might come next is impossible to ignore. Denzel Washington, once seen as Hollywood's moral compass, now finds his name caught in the storm. Is he a victim of circumstance? A man caught in the crossfire of something darker than anyone imagined? Or is his silence hiding a truth that could shake the foundations of everything we thought we knew? What do you think? Is this just smoke and mirrors, or is Hollywood finally being forced to face its darkest truths? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And stay tuned. This story is far from over.